Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be updating on my Those palettes, which are Anastasia Beverly Hills Jackiea palette and Subculture. I have hit 2 new pans and I've managed to expand the existing pans. So in this project, I'm trying to finish one palette, and on the other one I'm trying to make as much progress as I can. So I'll be sharing what my palette looks like today versus last month, and if I was able to hit my goals. I will also be going over some looks, and then I will talk about my goals for next month. And that palette project is created by Amber F. Will link her down below, and I'm doing another project which is called Better Together. It's created by Paula. So in here you just roll in another palette to work with your main pan. That palette, basically they just work together. So before I get into all of the updates, if you are new here, please consider subscribing to my channel. My name is Ravneet and I make a lot of panning videos, and I'm pre-filming this video because I am going away. I'm not wearing any makeup today because I'm literally in rush. You can probably sense I'm talking too fast. I'm not joking. I need to be at the airport in 2 hours. So yeah, we're just gonna power through the update. So let's start with our Subculture palette today. This is what it looked like last month, and my goal was to hit pan on Fudge. That was the only eyeshadow that was remaining in here that had no pan. I had hit pan on all of the other eyeshadows, and this is how it's looking like today. I managed to hit pan on all of the eyeshadows in this palette. So we hit pan on Fudge and we expanded pan on Electric quite a lot. So my goal was to use all eyeshadows in here at least once each, and that's what I did. I did not use way too many eyeshadows from here because I'm pre-filming. I wanted to hit my goals before I leave, and I'm so glad I was able to achieve it. So let's talk about the eyeshadows that I've used more than once. So I used Dawn twice and I used Axis twice as well. So Electric I used 4 times, and I managed to expand this pan quite a lot. I'm really surprised at how fast it's moving. I mean, I'm not that surprised, to be honest, because shimmers in here, they move really fast. Mattes on the other end, not that much because they're really pigmented. Yes, they are softer pressed, but the pigment is there, so you don't need a lot of it. And for Fudge, I hit pan on using it 8 more times after last update, and then I used it once more to expand it a little bit, and it still is a tiny pan, but nonetheless it's there. So this is all I have for Subculture. I will share some looks at the end where I used New Wave and Edge in my crease transition sort of area, and it looked beautiful. Anyway, that's all for Subculture for now. Now let's move on to our Jackiea palette. So this is my main pan, that palette, and I'm trying to use as many eyeshadows as I can, and we'll see how many eyeshadows I'll be able to finish by end of this year, because it doesn't seem like I'll be able to finish way too many because this palette has a relatively harder pressed formula. I mean, it's not as hard pressed as some of the other ones, but the pigment, boom, it's right there. So I really don't need a ton of product. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of not sure if I'll be able to finish as many eyeshadows as I had originally hoped for this one. But this is how it was looking like last month. And my goal overall for each month is to use all eyeshadows in here at least 5 times each. And then I set some hit pan goals or usage goals. So last update, I wanted to use Ginger, which is the last eyeshadow, 10 times, and I wanted to hit pan on Wigglies, and this is how it's looking like today. We managed to hit both of those goals, and I used all these eyeshadows at least 5 times each. So Ginger I used 10 times, and there's a nice dip going on, and Wigglies I was able to hit pan on. So let's go over usage on each eyeshadow. So Soleil I used 7 times. I think the pan has expanded. Supreme I used 5, I used Pinker 5 as well, and Big Wig and Jwalas I used both of them 5 times each. And another difference in Jwalas is that I managed to clear the side corner, so that's really exciting, and I only had to use it 5 times to do so because I was wearing it as a main lid shade. It's so exciting to see it moving this fast. I was not expecting to clear a side pan, but it happened. I'm not complaining. I'm happy. And credit, I used it 11 times. So this is something that I'm trying to use more evenly. Maybe this will be the eyeshadow that I hit pan on the last. And Lituation, I used 6 times. This is a nice eyeshadow. I really enjoy using it. And Zam, I used 5 times. And Wigglies, I used it 7 times, but I hit pan on the third use. So I used it 4 more times to kind of expand the pan, make the dip a little bit more bigger. And Shookington, I really loved using it because I used Shookington in more prominent purple looks, and I used it 5 times. So pan has slightly expanded. Trust Tissues, I used 6 times. So there is some pan expansion, but it's not moving as fast as Chola's, but I'm not complaining. Edges, I used 5 times. We hit pan on this one last update, and I think I managed to expand it a little bit more in those 5 uses. And then Sponsored, again, I used 5 times, and pan has started to expand towards this corner. And this is a beautiful shade. I enjoy using it. It's so exciting to see how far or how much progress I've been able to make with focused use, because I started using this palette in January this year. Of course, I had tons of prior progress on this one as well. And Ginger, I used it 10 times, and there is this huge dip happening. So this is going to be my next eyeshadow that I'll focus on hitting pan in this palette. Now, let's take a look at some of the eye looks that I did. So I used mostly Dwellers on my lids, and then in my crease area, I was wearing Ginger and yellow eyeshadow from my Project Level Up. It's called Ray of Sunshine. I also used New Wave and Edges, and in some looks I used Shookington on all over my eyelids, used it as a liner, turned out beautiful. Other than that, I was wearing Pinker and Supreme in my crease, and Lituation maybe on my outer lid, and Zam, I was using it to zam everything up. I used Trust Tissues as well. Those are the eye looks that I took pictures of, and I only take a picture of an eye look that I think that it is different or it's really beautiful. If it's just a regular one, I really don't bother taking a picture. But yeah, that's all I have for my eye looks. Now let's go over my goals for next update. For Subculture, there's nothing left to hit pan on, so I'll just organically use whatever I would want to. So overall goal is no pan left behind. Would want to use all eyeshadows in here at least once each, and then I can just use whatever I feel like using. Maybe Cube, Electric, I don't know, any other matte. That's just my loose goal for Subculture, because I wanted to use up Adorn, which I did. It had a lot of rust, but other than that, I am not too worried about any other eyeshadow in here. So yeah, this is just going to be a companion palette, I would say. So that's all for Subculture. For Jackiea palette, I would want to use all eyeshadows in here at least 5 times each. That's just a goal that I always have on my Pan Those palettes or Pan That palette. I've been setting this goal for almost 3 or 4 years now, and it has really helped me to move the eyeshadows, and it has really helped me to get progress on the eyeshadows that I would not have been like focusing in that time period. So that's the first goal, and my next goal is to hit pan on Ginger, and third goal is going to be to use credit 10 times. I'm just preparing it for pan. That's why I'm putting 10 use goal. Let's put one more goal. Why not? So I would want to clear the side pan on this side for trust issues. I think it's doable. That's all I have for today's update. Thank you so much for sticking with me until the end. I hope you have a wonderful day or night, depending on when you're watching, wherever in the world you are. I will see you in my next one. Until then, take care. Bye.